Listen, I don't want to talk about Roy Moore and his magical dingus forever, you know? I mean, I think like there's just a certain point at which Roy Moore's crotch begins to lose lose interest for me. But I have to say, I got a lot of reaction to some of my reaction to what's going on. And I want to respond to that. I think it's important. First, a bunch of people said that yesterday I kind of convicted him too quickly, basically, and believing his accuser, the girl who said when he was, Lady Now, who said when she was 16, he attacked her, choked her, threatened her, said, no one will believe you if you tell anybody about this. Today, Darrell Nelson, the stepson of that woman, Beverly Young Nelson, came out and said he doesn't believe her. So let's hear what he has to say.
Mr. Moore, I support you. I don't believe the acts that she claims you've done. I don't believe it. I've known the woman. She married my father many, many years ago. I've known her for a while now. And I truly do not believe that she's being honest about this. You're a good judge. I've grown up. I've known your name since I was a kid. You cared about the Ten Commandments. You tried like hell to keep the Ten Commandments from being took out of the courthouse. I remember.
So that's that. Unfortunately, everybody else has now basically dumped him. Mitch McConnell says his campaign is collapsing. The RNC, the National Party, seems to have withdrawn funding and support. Sean Hannity, who, is a partisan and a very strong partisan, but he's always been really good about investigations. He does not get caught up in witch hunts. He's always, I thought he should have won a Pulitzer Prize, seriously, for his work during the lacrosse rape case. I think if he had been a liberal and that had been a liberal case of some sort, I think Hannity would have a Pulitzer. He'll obviously never get one because he's Hannity. But I think that even this is what he said about Moore yesterday. So Moore's losing even Sean's support.
Here's where I am tonight. Between this interview that I did and the inconsistent answers, between him saying, I never knew this girl, and then that yearbook comes out. For me, the judge has 24 hours. You must immediately and fully come up with a satisfactory explanation for your inconsistencies that I just showed. You must remove any doubt. If you can't do this, then Judge Moore needs to get out of this race. This country has way too many issues and problems. The American people deserve 100% truth and honesty. We need correct answers the first time on issues this serious.
Yeah, so, I mean, when you lose Sean and when Sean is telling you got 24 hours to clear your name, you're in trouble. So let me just respond to some of the people who wrote to me and tweeted me and did other things. Someone said that I was being soft, making excuses for sexual harassment. And that is utter garbage. All I was pointing out is that we are in a witch hunt situation. That does mean that we have to be careful and cautious of the accusations being made. And I was also pointing out in this kind of feminist witch hunt that people put clumsy or even offensive flirting on the same lists as actual rape and actual, assault, that basically you're degrading the serious charges by mixing them in with things that just happen between men and women. Things happen between men and women. Men make mistakes. Women are flirtatious. All kinds of things happen. It's very complicated. And before you start accusing people, you want to know that you're accusing people and ruining their careers over something that is really, really bad. And my personal approach, listen, I live outside the realm of feminism. I'm not a feminist. I don't live as a feminist. I don't just come here and tell you I don't like it. I don't live as a feminist. I live as a gentleman. I try to live as a gentleman. But the problem is when feminists are telling you you don't have to be a lady, men are not going to be gentlemen. And I think that is a problem, and I brought that out. But I'm in no way, I think people who behave badly are bad. It's ridiculous. That I just completely dismiss, but I thought I should bring it up. Somebody said to me that when the accuser came out and accused Moore of rape, that she was crying, and it was so long ago she wouldn't be crying anymore. that is really bad thinking. I mean, like the whole thing about this stuff is it sticks with you for life. It hurts you for life. I have given speeches and talks about my conversion experience and have gone through some of the things that happened to me when I was a little kid and more than 30 years ago. It still chokes me up. It still affects me. We live in time. This is one of the reasons that I can't support abortion. It's one of the reasons I'm pro-life, is that I feel that you are the child you were, you are the man or woman you will one day be, just as I feel a baby in the womb is the adult it will one day be. And so I feel that we live in time, and that person crying, I just think she was very credible. I was watching that thing, and I just thought that was very credible. Look, she might be lying. It's possible. But I will say this. If this is a hit job, it is one of the most elaborate conspiratorial hit jobs I have ever seen. The evidence has really piled up. Somebody said there was this thing where Moore said that he had never heard of the restaurant where he met the woman who accused him of assaulting her. And then she produced a yearbook that he had signed, and he had signed it that he was a DA. Somebody said, a couple of people pointed out that he was, this is a kind of forgery theory, the idea that the yearbook was forged, that he was not a DA, he was a deputy DA. But I've known a lot of DAs. I've covered courts as a reporter. You know, they're always ADAs because the DA is the elected, usually the elected official at the top. But they sometimes say, I am a DA, meaning I am one of the DA's people. So I don't buy that. Somebody else, a couple of people said that there was no Old Hickory House restaurant. This is something that's a meme that's going around. Not true. There's a listing for a restaurant called Old Hickory House Barbecue, and without the fake E that they put at the end of old. But that was established in 2001, which was after this event. But a reporter for AL.com, which I guess is Alabama.com, a guy named William Thornton, dug up a city directory of Gadsden from 1978, which lists a restaurant called Old Hickory House and with the proper address. So, and you know, there's just a lot of people who are talking about the fact that he hung out at the mall as a 30-year-old guy picking up girls. One mall said they had to ban him because he was bugging the little girls there, or the young girls there.